It's Iona here, and we are walking our way around the natural circadian rhythm of the year, moon by moon. And when we get to our current point in the year, we're looking at what we call the trust cycle. It's a very exciting place to be because there's such an unsteady quality to the whole concept of trust, trusting ourselves, trusting our ideas, trusting others in our life, trusting life itself, trusting that it's all one great big mystery. And as it's been attributed to the Buddha, though the language doesn't really seem to fit, but the idea is that it said Buddha's quote would apply. Everything's going to be okay. We just don't know what okay looks like. So that's a good little plug-in for the trust cycle, don't you think? Everything's going to be okay. We just don't know what okay looks like. And no matter where we are in our life, and no matter what the challenges and the opportunities are, we're all heading to the same place. We're all, as they say, terminal, and we're all going to the big terminal, and we're going to say goodbye at our last breath. So while we're walking around the natural cycles of the seasons through the moon by moon, it's just delightful. And it does absolutely no harm to align ourselves with these 12 keywords, trust being the keyword at this point in time. Today I wanted to supply a little bit of a visual image, and we can get the overview of the entire year by looking at the circle of the year as a compass. And so if we do that, we can start at the east, as we would on any compass point, and we move down to the south, across to the west, and then up to the north. We have a compass, and it's the year. The whole year is a big circle. We're in the middle of the circle. We don't want to bounce around on the outside, peripheral edge. We want to be at home in the center, working from the center of the circle. I was traveling to Tibet, and I was on one of those great big jumbo jets. It's like a 2-story thing, and I just was sitting in my seat drawing, and there were a few seats next to me empty, and then there was the aisle. And there were more seats over there, and more seats way over there. And a man came over, and we were going to Bangkok. And a man came over and sat down next to me. And he looked at my drawing, and then he said, "Could you draw a Buddha? Could you draw someone meditating?" And I didn't know what he was up to, so I said, well, let me give it a go. And I pulled the barf bag out from the seat pocket in front of me so that I could do the drawing. And I drew a little meditative figure. And then he gave me a bit of a lesson. And he said, no matter where you're traveling, he said, carry yourself as if you're at home and carry your loved ones with you. And he had no idea who I was, where I was going, or what I was up to. But for me, it was like angels whispering in my ear, because I was going to Tibet, very, very dangerous country to travel in, particularly at the time for reasons I don't have to go into at the moment. And he gave me this gift, to trust myself. And I had this drawing that I had done, and I still have that drawing. I put it right into my little travel log from that journey. The idea being that sometimes we get messages and they support us in our travels. And as we're going around the circle of the year, when we get over here to trust, what we want to remember is that the tension that's created across the wheel, directly across the wheel, is the tension of renewal. That every time we trust that everything's going to be okay, even though we don't know what okay looks like, every time we trust, we get this renewal of vitality, life force, energy moving through us, creative energy infusing us. Give it a go over the next while and see how it works for you, because we're all individuals, and this is not cookie cutter. The circadian rhythm of the year becomes your own rhythm, and no trust cycle is the same as the trust cycle before it, last year, or the trust cycle that will follow it next year. We're always new. We're always new. We're always new. And the tension in this particular part of the year is that if we can take a deep breath and trust that everything's going to be okay, even though we don't know what okay looks like, it renews us. And it renews us in ways that we can't know in advance. This is Iona. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you'll click like, and I hope you'll subscribe and share and recognize that we're all able to do a beautiful dance, the rhythms of the year, moon by moon. See you soon.